on this Tuesday, January 7th, 2025. It is now 4:30. The meeting will begin. Can you please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and a moment of silence after?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, thank you, Commissioner. Cynthia, can we get a roll call?
Tomich.
Here.
Kubaki.
Here.
Mosley Shelton.
Here.
Myricks.
Here.
Hopperidge.
Here. For the record, all 5 are present. This is our organizational meeting for 2025.
Mr. President, I'd like to make a motion to do it as a slate, to retain Tony Hopperidge as president, Greg Marks as vice president, and Tiffany Mosley Shelton as secretary.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. I will turn that over to Attorney Westland.
So the motion was for the slate. Did the motion, Mr. Myricks, also include closing nominations and casting a unanimous ballot for the 3 individuals mentioned?
I can barely hear you.
Did your motion include closing nominations for those 3 positions?
Yes.
And did it also include casting a unanimous ballot for the 3 individuals listed?
Yes.
Okay. And I forgot who did the second. Was it
On.
Don? You're okay with that for your second?
Second.
Okay. Cynthia, go ahead and call the roll.
Tomich.
Yes.
Kubaki.
Yes.
Mosley Shelton.
Yes.
Myricks.
Yes.
Hopperidge.
Yes, motion passes for the 2025 slate. Okay, number 4 is declaration of conflict of interest. Okay, number 5, communications.
None were received.
Okay, brings us to number 6, our homebound conditional forgivable loan approval. Looks like we have one applicant, Kevin Pengen at 6627 Alabama.
Yes. Good afternoon, Commission. Kevin is coming to receive up to $10,000 to purchase 6627 Alabama Avenue.
Okay, welcome.
Is that new construction?
No.
So, Mr. Chick, how do you pronounce your last name?
Tangden.
Tangden?
Yes, sir.
Okay. How'd you hear about our program?
So from my lender, I've actually came through the program once before and was approved, and unfortunately the house did not work out. So I liked it so much I did it again.
7115 Harrison?
Yes, sir.
Yes, I remember
I
that.
appreciate that.
Yeah, because I was the other agent on the end when did it close?
Yeah.
No fault of you.
No, it's just very unfortunate. Life, it happens. Wasn't meant to be.
Congratulations that you were able to find it. We did this the last time. I don't have any other questions for this young man. Anyone else has any questions?
No, just thank you for taking advantage of the program.
Thank you for offering it.
Appreciate you coming out tonight, too.
Absolutely.
Well, Mr. President, with that, I'll make a motion for the approval of the homebound conditional forgivable loan program for Kevin Tigran for 6627 Alabama.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion by Commissioner Myricks, second by Commissioner Kubaki. Let's have a roll call, please.
Tomich.
Yes.
Kubaki.
Yes.
Mosley Shelton.
Yes.
Myricks.
Yes.
Hopperidge.
Yes, motion passes with 5 yes. Congratulations.
And I hope this one closes.
Thank you. I do too. I appreciate you all. Thank you.
Thank
Thank you, Commissioner.
Thanks for coming back.
Okay, number 7 is an approval of the First Amendment to an agreement to purchase real estate between Gorman and Company LLC and the City of Hammond Department of Redevelopment.
Members of the commission, you will remember, I think, that we entered into an agreement to sell the roughly 5 acres, a little less than 5 acres, which is the Memorial Park, commonly known as a Memorial Park property. There were some deadlines in there for due diligence, which included, your kind of standard due diligence things, as well as some of the, financing / incentive package The First Amendment that you have before you, it basically extends the dates a year. And instead of it being in June of ¡25, which would be this year, it's June of '26, because I think, as stated in the amendment, through no fault of any of the parties, we need to extend the deadline so that these kind of extensive due diligence items can be done. I saw, I think it was Mr. Kluwer was on the Zoom, if you have any questions for the developer, but from the city's perspective, nothing has gone wrong here. There's no problem. It's just there needs to be more time, and we wanted to give a year's probably more, but I know Mr. Myrick doesn't love seeing like second and third amendments, so we moved it out a year.
And as you may recall, Commissioners, this is for a state-of-the-art senior living facility and 4 duplexes to be built there.
Mr. President, if there's no questions or comments, I'd like to make a motion for the approval of the First Amendment to agreement to purchase real estate between Gorman and Company LLC and the City of Hammond Department of Redevelopment.
Second.
Okay, motion's been made by Commissioner Tomich, second by Commissioner Kubaki. Let's have a roll call.
Tomich?
Yes.
Kubaki?
Yes.
Mosley Shelton?
Yes.
Myrick?
Yes.
Poppridge?
Yes, motion passes, 5 yes.
Thank you.
Thank you
Thank you.
for being available, Ron and Matt.
Okay, number 8 is an approval of United Neighborhoods, Inc. for recertification as CHODO, which stands for Community Housing Development Organization for 2022, 23, and 24.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. The last time I was before you was back in 2021. Since then, United Neighborhoods, Inc. has had a number of changes. Ms. Andrea Lewis is the new executive director of United Neighborhoods, Inc. She and her staff has done a phenomenal job cleaning up United Neighborhoods, Inc. and working closely with the city to make sure that their mission is being followed in order to move the organization forward. Andrea had the daunting task of reaching back to 2022 to date in order to present all the required documents in order to be recertified as a CHODO in our city. As part of your packets that I put together, you'll find the board composition, staff resumes that show organizational capacity as well as experience, audit statement from outside audits that she had to have completed, as well as the operating agreements for 22, 23, and 24. Those operating agreements cover salaries, employee education and training, rent, utilities, communication costs, taxes and insurance, and equipment. Right now, I'd like to introduce to you Ms. Andrea Lewis to answer any questions that you have.
Thank you, Ms. Miller.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Being the new executive director now a year in now, over UNI. UNI has made some changes. In the past, they focused on rehab, and I am currently focusing on new construction. We have a few new construction projects that are coming along fairly smoothly, having little bumps here and there, but we have a 1008 Bauer. We were going to rehab that one, but we decided to demolition it, and new construction will be starting hopefully soon, right before springtime. We also have 4 lots that we're going to build on in Jacobs Square, and we're going to start new construction on those in the early spring. Have any questions for me?
So the properties in Jacobs Square, you build the new ones, are they gonna reflect the character of the old ones?
So it's gonna reflect the character. We've been working with Brian Poland on that to make sure that it does reflect the character of the neighborhoods. We don't want too many drastic changes. You don't want them to stand out way too much where, the other homes on the block feel left out.
Right.
Perfect.
Well, it's still exciting to see new construction in Hammond, so
Yes.
great job in the
Thank
packet
you.
and everything you guys prepared.
Thank you.
If there's no other questions at this time, staff would ask that you approve the operating agreements for 2022 in the amount of $25,900. For 2023, $28,624.85, and 2024, $19,467.
Second.
Okay, a motion then has been made by Commissioner Myrick, seconded by Commissioner Tomage. If there's no further questions for Ms. Miller or Ms. Lewis, roll call then, please.
Tomage,
Yes.
Kubaki,
Yes.
Mosley Shelton,
Yes.
Myrick,
Yes.
Poppers.
Yes, motion passes with 5 yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, ladies.
Thank you.
Okay, number 9 is an approval of resolution number 2025-01, a resolution for the sale of 1149-11 State Street, Hammond, Indiana, 46320, to a budding landowner.
Members of the commission, so the procedure is a little different. Typically, when we sell property, you get the 2 appraisals, right? You average them, you do the RFP. We do that over and over again. Under this statute, 36.714-22.6, if you have a piece of property that has an assessed value of less than $6,000, and there's an abutting property owner who expresses interest, there's a different procedure. You don't have to get the appraisals. You can give notice first through a resolution that the sale of the property to the abutting landowner is the most economically viable use. Then you have to publish in the paper your intent that you're going to do it, and anyone else who wants to up the bid on it or whatever certainly can come in and bid on it. But I mean, the whole theory behind the statute is that you have a small, and it's assessed at less than 6,000, right? So you have a small piece of property, and the abutting landowner is interested in kind of bringing that into their existing property and making it a bigger lot. And so the statute makes it easier to do that. This particular property is bordered by Hammond Fence, who has expressed an interest in buying the property. This resolution says that you're giving notice of your intent to sell it, and we will publish that in the paper after you approve this resolution, and assuming nobody else wants this piece of property, then the next thing you'll get is a purchase agreement.
Hey, Mr. President, if there are no other comments or questions, I make a motion for the approval of resolution number 2025-01, a resolution for the sale of 1149-11 State Street, Hammond, Indiana, 46320, to a budding landowner.
Second.
Okay, motion's been made by Commissioner Kubaki, seconded by Commissioner Tomage. Let's have a roll call, Cynthia.
Tomage,
Yes.
Kubaki.
Yes.
Mosley Shelton,
Yes.
Myrick,
Yes.
Poppers.
Yes, motion passes 5 yes. Number 10 is a ratification of a resolution of Hammond Redevelopment Commission authorizing Dave W. Westland and the law firm of Westland and Bennett, P.C. to be authorized to execute closing statements, deeds, and all other documents for the purchase of sale of real estate on behalf of the Hammond Redevelopment Commission.
So this resolution is an annual resolution that's required by the title company and allows Ann to send me to the closings instead of having to come to every single closing.
Yep. We have done this.
Every year, yeah. Every year for about almost 20 years.
All right, Mr. President, if there's no further discussion or any questions, I'd like to make a motion for the ratification of resolution. Can we read all of it?
Yes.
A resolution of the Hammond Redevelopment Commission authorizing David W. Westland and real estate on behalf of Hammond Redevelopment.
Second?
Okay, motion's been made by Commissioner Myrick, second by Commissioner Tomich. With no further discussion or roll call then?
Tomich,
Yes.
Kabaki,
Yes.
Mosley Shelton,
Yes.
Myrick,
Yes.
Poppridge.
Yes, motion passes. 5-0. All right. Number 11 is an approval of Bud Mechanical Systems maintenance agreement for Hammond Innovation at 5209 Holman Avenue for HVAC equipment.
Commissioners, this is, actually, we have two, item 11 and item 12 are similar. Bud Mechanical takes care of HVAC units at two Hammond redevelopment-owned buildings in downtown, 5209 Holman Avenue and 5233 Holman Avenue. We did it last year, and we would like to continue with it this year. We do have the executive director of the Hammond Development Corp. Who manages the buildings for us online in case you have any additional questions.
No, thank you. Let's see, Ms. Bussey. I don't have any. They're a great Hammond contractor. They're right here locally. They do excellent work. They've been in business many, many years.
Mr. President, if there are no further questions, I'd like to make the approval of Bud Mechanical Systems Maintenance Agreement for Hammond Innovation, 5209 Holman Avenue for the HVAC equipment. You want me to do them both together?
You can tell the other address, and then that'll cover both of them.
Okay. And also for 5233 Holman Avenue for the HVAC equipment.
Second.
Okay, motion's been made by Commissioner Shelton, second by Commissioner Myrick. That's the approval for Bud Mechanical Systems Maintenance Agreement for Hammond Innovation at 5209 Holman Avenue, and also 5233 Holman Avenue. Can we get a roll call, please?
Tomich,
Yes.
Kabaki,
Yes.
Mosley Shelton,
Yes.
Myrick,
Yes.
Poppridge.
Yes, motion passes 5 yes.
Thank you for attending, Jen.
Thank you. All right, number 13 is our bills, register of claims.
Mr. President, if there's no questions or comments about the register of claims, I make a motion for the approval of the claims dated, beginning with claims dated 10/22/24 and ending with claims dated 1/7/25, claim number R66243 through R66632 inclusive. Ugh.
Second.
Okay, motion's been made by Commissioner Tomich, second by Commissioner Kabaki. That's the register of claims dating December 22nd, 2024 through January 7th, 2025. Claim R66243 through claim R66632 inclusive. Is there any questions on these claims for staff? Okay, since there is none, roll call then.
Tomich,
Yes.
Kabaki,
Yes.
Mosley Shelton,
Yes.
Myrick,
Yes.
Poppridge.
Yes, motion passes 5-0 on the claims. Number 14 is our reports. We have Ms. Ann Taylor. Would you like to share anything?
I would. We do have a couple events that will happen before our next meeting on the 21st. This coming Wednesday, January 15th, the Disabilities Commission is having their annual retreat at the Lost Marsh. It starts at 9 a.m. and runs to 1 p.m., and we have a full board of speakers. It's always an inspirational event, and there will be a lunch, so if you are free, we would love for you to come on by. Just let Cynthia and myself know on that. And second, we have our annual Martin Luther King celebration and walk on Monday, January 20th. We will meet in City Hall parking lot in the rear at 6:30 a.m., and we will walk on over to the Civic Center for a scheduled speaker. So if you're free for that, we would love to see you. Thank you.
All right, dress warm for that one, but it's always a great event.
Always.
All right, thank you, Ms. Taylor. Number 15 then is new and unfinished business. I don't think there's any items tonight. We'll move to 16, public comment. I will open that now. Public comment is open. Public comment is open. If anybody would like to come forward and speak, we'll give you 3 minutes to do so. Okay, then public comment is closed. Public comment is closed. Public comment is closed. Before we adjourn, I just want to recognize the mayor's office, the chief of staff, Scott Miller. Thank you for coming out tonight.
Happy to be here.
And then number 17 then.
Mr. President, I make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Can